Hello, everybody. Good afternoon to you if you're watching this in the afternoon. I guess you could be watching it almost at any time. Good day or evening or night or whatnot to you. Coming at you again from Nerd Ventures Tower, another live stream. And we do this on Wednesdays. We do a spoiler stream at noon talking about the shows from the night before, or rather the day, right? So, the Disney Plus shows all drop on Wednesday, so Tuesday night, 3 a.m. Is when they all tend to drop. So we wanted to, of course, be watching all the episodes of What If, as we have been doing, but we're going to do a very crazy, next Wednesday is going to be nuts, man, because we're going to do a watch party for the What If episode, okay? And then we're going to flip right in. We might even do a new stream just to make it simple for people. We're going to do a new stream and we will talk about full-on spoilers for the Star Wars Visions show, because Visions is coming out next week. It's going to be very crazy. Some of the social media embargo stuff is lifting, so people are finally talking about it. Seems really interesting. Some people have mixed feelings on it. Some people really, really like it. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what we think about it next week. We'll talk about it. As for last night's episode of What If, gonna be honest, not my favorite. Let's get that out of the way. Not my favorite episode. Definitely didn't hate the episode. Definitely didn't think it was of poor quality, but just a little bit of a step back to me as compared to sort of the wave we were riding, okay? So that's just kind of my personal take on it. We have a poll right now in the chat. And it looks like there's a lot of people that like the episode, with sort of a split of the remainder of the people between loving it and being meh on the episode. Now, this is so interesting to me, man. One of the most fascinating parts of What If has been watching how the different episodes hit the fan base differently. Okay, so my favorite episode is the Doc Strange episode, right? That's my favorite episode. And I've sort of flipped back and forth between episode 2 and that one just because they're both so strong, in my opinion. But then when the zombie episode happened, there were people that were like, nah, dude, that's the best episode, and not even by a little bit, by a lot. That is the best episode, right? So it's been really interesting to watch how different fans feel about these different concepts and episodes. And I did see a lot of people on Twitter talking about how they loved this episode, that this was their favorite episode, that this was the best one. Again, just very interesting the way that different people react to it, okay? So we're kind of going to just go through the episode. I'll give you guys my thoughts on different aspects of it. I'll give you my take as we go through it. Then we'll do a little Q&A. Might be a shorter stream today. We'll see. We'll just kind of go through it, see what kind of questions and answers you guys have. But I do want to say that I'm working on a video right now, or rather, Elisa is editing it right now. And it does touch on Venom. No spoilers here, okay? No spoilers here. But it does touch on Venom and what had happened in the Venom spoilers, in the mid-credit scene and all that, okay? So we're doing a video. It's going to talk about the video for Andrew Garfield and sort of the weirdness that happened yesterday, where there were some people saying, oh, that video's fake. And then it was proven that the video saying that the video was fake. Mind-blowing stuff. The world we live in, man. It's a crazy world that we live in. So there'll be sort of lighter spoiler stuff, just talking about Spider-Man, and then at the end I do talk about the Venom stuff a little bit. Here's the deal. I understand people feel differently about spoiler stuff, but there's a lot of wild stuff out there right now. I feel like doing a full-on spoiler stream later today, maybe around 5 or something, where I'll just get on here and we'll talk full spoilers. It'll have a big old warning for folks that don't want to come in, but if you're one of those people that's into the leak culture, into the spoiler culture like I am, and you're dying to talk about some of these things that are going on, because I've been doing Doctor Strange vids, man, and dude, Doc Strange, Spider-Man, all this stuff, dude. It's crazy to me. So I'm kind of thinking about doing that later today. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Because we used to do that. We used to just have full-on spoiler streams, man, where we would just talk about all the spoilers going on. And so I kind of feel as though we do have to do that again. I feel like it's important. Spoil me, Josh. Spoil me. Like. Oh, yeah. Smash the like buttons on the vid, would you? Would you smash the like button on the vid? Would you just would you just do me a little favor and smash the like on the vid? Okay, let's tempt the copyright gods once again as we sort of break down this video together. Let's do it. And feel free to bring up some interesting stuff in chat if there's something that you want to talk about or something that I miss as I'm going through it, okay? So, we found out that this was going to be the Killmonger episode. You know what's interesting is I thought I had heard that the Killmonger episode was actually going to be last week. That was the week it was supposed to come out, and then they shuffled it around, and they did the zombie episode last week, and they did the Killmonger episode this week. I'm not exactly sure why. And then there's also the fact that they dropped the mid-season trailer to try to really get people hyped up. And if I'm being honest, like, I might have waited. I might have held back on that mid-season trailer because there was so much hype, crazy stuff in the mid-season trailer that then you watch this episode and you're like, okay, but where's all that crazy stuff? You know what I mean? So it is what it is, right? So we have the classic beginning scene of the original. Thank you, Live with Irish or Live with Irish. Thank you so much for the support. And I'll go over super chats in a little bit here, but thank you. We get the classic scene here. Tony Stark, beginning of Iron Man, okay? Now, we knew this was going to be happening. Killmonger saves him. Now, I'm going to tell you something right off the bat. And again, total spoilers for the episode. We're going all up in here. Thank you, Dorian. I appreciate the love, my friend. One thing that kind of bugged me about the episode, and maybe it's just a personal thing, I don't know, but I just got to be real. I like Killmonger, and I keep wanting Killmonger to be good. I keep wanting a good Killmonger, right? I'm like, oh no, this could be a Killmonger that isn't super evil and want to destroy everybody and cause all of this suffering. Like, maybe he could take this pain and this struggle that's relatable and not go to the crazy extreme level and want to kill everybody and enslave the world. Wouldn't that be great? And so, honestly, man, it kind of feels bad that, like, he kind of just isn't, and he's still a maniac, and he's still a crazy person, and he does a bunch of stuff at the end of the episode where you're just like, bruh. Like, bruh, you're really letting me down here, bruh. Like, you're really not being that chill of a dude here, bruh. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. We get some cool, like, Tony Stark talk and all that. And I will say, this was pretty interesting. Interesting writing, right? Interesting writing. He has saved Tony, and he also infiltrated the 10 rings or whatever. He knew about the 10 rings and all that, right? And by the way, look at these medals he has on him, right? Crazy. One of them kind of looks like Doc Strange down here. Isn't that kind of weird? What's up with that? Regardless, he calls out Obadiah Stane right then and there. And he has receipts. He has receipts, ladies and gentlemen. And it's really showy. It's really interesting. By the way, I love him in this gear, man. It looks great in that gear, lieutenant kind of stuff, right? And then you get, like, these dudes, like, to killers, right? And the vibe between Stark and him was cool. The relationship that they build together was cool. I believe Eric when he says, I was really hoping not to have to add you to the list here, Tony. I believe him. And so it's fun, right? It's a fun vibe with these two together, and they do some cool work together. But, you know, as is per usual, Pepper, the lady behind it all, right? She's onto him, right? She's on to Killmonger right away, man. She knows something's up. And she's talking about how, like, convenient it is that he shows up. He's nowhere near this thing, and Killmonger shows up to liberate Tony. And the whole idea here is, and this is an interesting kind of juxtaposition, the whole idea is everybody wants something from Tony. What is it that Eric wants? Can't exactly put a finger on it, but probably not going to be the most chill. Okay? So they're developing weapons, they're thinking about weapons, and then boom, we get some mecha anime kind of love. And it was so funny, man. He's like, what? I love anime. And that shit was so real because he actually does love anime, like in real life. Michael B is a big anime fan. In fact, he said he wanted his Killmonger outfit to look more like Vegeta, to resemble more of Vegeta. That's why it's got the weird shoulder pads and whatnot, or rather the shoulder pads. It does look a lot like Vegeta, which is super fun. He's checking out the structural integrity here because, of course, Eric has some vibranium, and they use it to make a vibranium alloy to, make these super awesome Gundam style mechs, but this part was really, really cool, man. Ulysses S. Claw. I love this character. I'm actually super bummed that they killed this character in the movie. I felt like it was such a waste. And this dude can't catch a break, man. Andy Serkis as a character can't catch a break. He has an awesome character in Snoke. They cut him in half, right? Sucks. They have this awesome character in Claw. He gets a little bit of play in Age of Ultron, some cool play in Black Panther, and then boom, he's out. And in this, man, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe he'll do some more cool stuff, etc., etc. And what happens here, right? We have him going undercover. He's the liaison via Stark Industries so that it's all above board for the political reasons. And then you have a super dope action sequence with Black Panther. And this was fun, man. T'Challa just came in and handled business. Very Batman-esque. You know what I mean? Very Batman-esque, where he's just coming in, kicking ass, taking names. But unfortunately, he is betrayed. Betrayed by his cousin and some sonic weapon that kind of takes them out, right? And then he kills Rhodey. Bruh, in one scene, Killmonger went from kind of being kind of chill, like pretty chill, like, yeah, it's all good, bro, to you just killed T'Challa and Rhodey, man. I can't love you anymore. You're going down a path I can't follow, And the juxtaposition between these two and their funerals, really crazy. You know what I mean? Really, really wild. But then the real heartbreaker for me, man, Tony. He kills Tony Stark, man. And this was kind of a fun scene, you know what I mean, with the red and all that, and he's got to fight the mech that they create together. By the way, he totally watched season 2 of The Mandalorian because the technique by which he destroys the robot is very Mando season 2. Din Djarin did the same thing with his spear, Beskar spears, vibranium spears, all the spears. You know what I mean? All the spears, basically. And then he kills him. Now, look, some people in the chat here, or last night when we were doing the watch party, shout out to the watch party, man. I know What If hasn't been the most poppin' show, but I love hanging out with you guys super late, watching the show together. It's always a good time. So some people were complaining that the spear in the shoulder here wouldn't kill Tony, and that there's no way that a spear to the shoulder would kill him this quickly. And I say to you, as I said last night, you guys just haven't been stabbed in the shoulder enough, okay? I've been stabbed in the shoulder like this many times and died every single time. And I died really, really fast when it happened. And in all seriousness, there is a big part, like an artery in the shoulder like that can be a kill spot. So, I don't know, man. Not the biggest deal. I'm not upset by it, but some people got really, really upset about that whole thing, right? So then you get Pepper kind of understanding what is going on here. There's a plan to get all the bots into Wakanda, but he just can't help himself, man. And boom, takes out Claw as a way to get into the kingdom. Now, I would have loved for T'Chaka and for the people of Wakanda to be a little bit, I don't know, maybe just more aware or less trusting of this dude. I mean, it's just horrible, right? At this point, I'm having all these knots in my stomach because I'm like, dude, this dude killed your son. He's a horrible dude. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, T'Chaka. And then the plan is sort of revealed. And by the way, Black Panther's mom is a general now? When did that happen? Has that always been a thing or whatnot? That's the Vegeta-looking thing with the chest piece and that kind of armor like that. Very Vegeta. So the mom becomes general, right? And he's bringing in the things. They shut it down, but then he activates them, and he activates them so that he can become heroic, right? He wants to become heroic, so then he just goes into battle. The action in the back half of this episode was awesome. This whole mech fight with all of them flipping around and whatnot was super cool. A lot of fun stuff. They're all, cheering for T'Challa. He's looking at it, very, parallels to the end of Black Panther. And then the real wild stuff, man, is when he takes the herb, or the heart-shaped herb, and becomes the Black Panther, okay? And then he goes into the the realm beyond, to the spirit realm. And he has a conversation with T'Challa, which really did hit me in the feels, right? Talking about power, you know what I mean? Talking about just life and love, and it was pretty wild, man. You know what I mean? It was pretty wild, but it kind of just leaves us off here where he is now Black Panther, and we're not exactly sure like where it goes from here. You do see this scene where Shuri shows up to sort of help Pepper and maybe help Stark Tech and eventually develop something to stop Eric or whatever. But it's this very like loose hanging kind of ending. You know what I mean? And we've had a couple of those throughout the series. One must wonder, are these all going to get wrapped up together? Is this all just stuff they're setting up for season 2? And then again, the larger question, the bigger question here is, how is this all going to fit together? Does this fit together? Does this fit together? How does this all fit together? You know what I mean? I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, man. Oh, there goes the camera. It's camera time. Camera time. So yeah, I'm not sure how this all fits together. I think that it does fit together, but this one did feel, I don't know, it's not out of place per se, but they have 3 episodes left, right? And we've got a Black Widow episode, we've got a Party Thor episode, and then it looks like an episode where they're all together. I guess like I feel like maybe we're running out of real estate a little bit here, where it's like, yo, we need to kind of get going on this overarching thing if they're going to do that. Perhaps this is just a big setup for season 2, and season 2 will have the overarching plot. I don't know, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. So, fun episode. I'd probably say like 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, you know what I mean? But we've had some bangers in this show, right? So like to me, episode 2, and I know not everybody agrees, but episode 2 to me was so fun. That's like a 9. The Doc Strange episode is like a 9.5. I don't know if we've gotten to a 10, but you know, generally speaking, I've liked most of the episodes. So pretty crazy. Yeah, so let's shift in a little bit, guys, just to Q's and the A's. Like I said, might be just a shorter stream today. Frankly, you know, look, what if it's not popped off the way that I would love for it to pop off, personally? And I get that, and I totally understand that. I still think it's great. I'm still having a blast doing these streams, doing the watch parties with you guys, and we're not going to stop. But I do hope that season 2 and maybe the future stuff that they do animation style at Marvel, you know, improves. Why wouldn't you want it to improve, right? Even if you like it a lot, wouldn't you want it to get a little bit better? Wouldn't you want it to improve? Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with it. But alas, I pass the questions and the sort of takes of the episode off to you guys. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat. I'll now go over some of the super chats that were in here. And if you want to support the channel, throw a little super chat in. It helps out. Gives you some of that juicy nerd coin. By the way, for everybody wondering, we did shift the coin from the Discord to the nerd coin, or on the YouTube. And basically, we just went in, and everybody that had over 10,000 coin on Discord, we just automatically started doing transfers. Shout out to Elisa for helping me out with that yesterday a lot. So, you know, check your Discord. You might have a message if your YouTube name is different than your Discord name. So check that kind of stuff out. But yeah, we're shifting it all over there. And we want to do a lot more drops and have a lot more fun with Nerdcoin. But I kind of wanted to shift away from the Discord coin. Live with Irish with a $10 hello says, what if the What If series is a branch reality of the aftermath of WandaVision and Wanda caused the zombies searching for her kids? That's interesting. I think there's something there. I think there's a lot. And this is why I kind of want to do a full-on spoiler stream, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that I'm not talking about in streams like this because I don't want to spoil anything for everybody. And, you know, it's been interesting as a community. I feel like, you know, we were really looking at rumors and stuff for Book of Boba Fett. And then, I don't know, there's just been sort of a shift where now leaking and spoilers are so prevalent that people don't want all of it just poured on them. And I want to be more careful about how we talk about it. Having said that, bro, there's so much stuff going on in my mind as to like, okay, this is where I think this fits in. This is why they said this, like all that sort of stuff. So that's why I kind of want to do a stream later today where I'm just like full on spoilers, man. Let's get in there. Let's talk about all the things that are going on. I'll let you guys know what I'm thinking. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. Did you hear something, et cetera, et cetera? Because, dude, it's wild, bruh. Like, the stuff I'm hearing is wild, bruh. So, Dorian Trust with a very generous $20 hello says, Michael B. Jordan did a phenomenal job voicing Killmonger. Wakanda forever. Excelsior. Killmonger is a formidable foe. Hope to see him be resurrected and take back the mantle of Black Panther in the MCU. Look, man, so I have mixed feelings on that because, look, I like the Killmonger character, and I was one of the people that kept saying online, like, dude, do an alternate Earth Eric Killmonger where he's a good guy, make him Black Panther. And, like, there was a lot of pushback on that idea on social media. Like, a lot of people were like, dude, he's a maniac mass murderer. Like, there's no redemption there. There is no, like, he can't be a hero. And it's weird because, like, last night, man, again, I was riding on that train where I was like, bro, like, let's go. Good guy Killmonger. I love it. This would be sick. And he's just not, right? So it almost feels like they're trying to establish this thing with him where it's like no matter what, he's a villain. Like, and you can't really justify what he does. You can't do it. He's horrible, you know? And so it's like he did a great job. It's a great performance. It's a great character. But I don't think they're ever going to really make him heroic. You know, we'll see. Maybe there's a redemption here. I know Strange obviously killed an entire universe of people. That's way worse than what Eric did, you know, in the utilitarian sense. So, I don't know. It's interesting discussions. It's part of the reason why we love this stuff, having these fan discussions. I appreciate the support, Dorian. And then you followed up with a $5 holla that said, Tony wouldn't survive the spear shot to the shoulder due to blood loss, especially if it was closer to vital organs. R.I.P. What if Tony? Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of stuff. Like, there's a lot of vitals there that you'll notice people like stab people there in like movies that are trying to be really realistic with the way they like bring people down with multiple vital cuts. Yeah. You know what? That's a bad spot. Like if it was up high, like you could be all right, but like just down 2 inches, man, in the right spot there. Whew. Good night. Michael Smith with a $5 hello said, which would you prefer for season 2 to continue these episodes, stories, or same format with completely different stories? I'm thinking a mix of both. Yeah, I'm thinking a mix of both would be cool. That's probably the way they're going to go, right? Because we heard they're going to even do a version of the Black Widow movie. And in that reality, Scarlett Johansson does not sue Disney. But in all seriousness, they're doing like a different version of that. So, yeah, they'll probably do that. I really want them to get to the point where they're guarding the multiverse, though. I want to see the team, like the Exiles thing, you know, that we've talked about before. That's what I want to see about the show. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Thank you for the support. Joey Ebbs with a $5 holla says, so is this what I do to get more Nerdcoin? Take my money. Yes, and we're going to still bring back the gambling stuff. We're still going to try to create ways for people to get that juicy coin, but by and large, it is just a reward system for people that support us via super chats, memberships, etc., etc. So, still got some big plans for the future of it, but yeah, that we wanted to sort of make it very focused. You know what I mean? Like really boil it down to just this one thing, and because it needs to be valuable. I want people to value it, and it was just becoming a thing where there's too much out there from things that were totally disassociated with supporting the channel, etc., etc. So, Carl says, with a $2 holla, pour those spoilers on me. I need some love. Yes, I will, but in a separate stream. Prince Zodiac says, Madam Slay resurrected Killmonger in the comics. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I didn't know that. That's pretty fun. Yeah, pretty much everybody in comics gets resurrected, right? Nobody really stays dead in comics. Nobody really stays dead. So yeah, what's up, guys? I'll probably hang for like 10 more minutes, 10, 15 more minutes. Are there any other questions or anything else going on in the chat? Anything you guys want to talk about? It's called the subclavian artery. Yeah, duh. Totally. Everybody knew that. Everybody knows that. Max Ross says, are all Tonys destined to die in the MCU? Endgame Prime won't, and every what if Tony so far can't catch a break. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, maybe Tom Cruise Iron Man is the only one that'll survive. You know what I mean? And, there's some rumors and sort of speculation about that as well that I want to get into in a future vid or in that stream tonight, right? So... yeah, dude, it would be nuts, right? Like, it would be pretty crazy if they had like an Iron Man that didn't just die all the time. And yeah, it does seem like they're just killing him off in a lot of these things here. But yeah, I mean, we had a good 10 years with him. You know what I mean? So, Will says with a $5 holla, this episode was kind of mid, especially this late in the season. Was really looking forward to having Tony Stark episode, but this is my favorite character. Tony Stark is my favorite character and movie. Yeah, right on, man. Totally understand. Yeah, it doesn't quite get there, right? I do think it could have happened earlier in the season. I wonder how much shuffling went on with the scheduling. I wonder how much this is something they've been thinking about. Because I agree, like I think it could have played better earlier on in the season. Look, we'll see. I'm loving the show. I don't think it's necessarily hitting for everybody, and it doesn't feel like a must-watch. I think that's the thing that really they haven't tapped into is it does not feel like must-watch MCU content, and therefore a lot of people aren't watching it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm still gonna. We got 3 more weeks. We got 3 more weeks. Visions next week. That's gonna be really crazy, and then it's pretty much, I think, a little slower until Hawkeye, right? So we'll get Venom as a movie. We'll be talking about that. We're going to be getting hyped up about Spider-Man stuff and Doctor Strange, more and more rumors and leaks. But as far as watch parties and just chilling and hanging out, probably not till Hawkeye, man. And I'll tell you, I am very excited for Hawkeye. I know that might be another one that's just, it's not everybody's lane. It's not everybody's vibe. I am so excited for that show. So different strokes, different folks, but... overall, I think What If is a pretty strong show. Jensen Baker says, so why we get a trailer for Hawkeye before Miss Marvel? I think because Hawkeye is finished, more or less, and Hawkeye's going to come out before Miss Marvel. I don't think Miss Marvel is coming out this year. I could be wrong. I don't know 100%, right? It could be coming out this year, but that'd be weird. Like, where are they going to stick that movie? I think Miss Marvel is a good bet for next year, When are we getting the Gamora episode of What If? I mean, dude, Renee, that's a great question. And you know what? If you think about it, if we've got Gamora episode, if we've got, what's the other one? A Party Thor episode, right? And we've got the Black Widow Ultron episode. It kind of feels like that's all the episodes. Maybe there's no overarching thing, and the Ultron thing that happens at the end or whatever craziness is going to be one thing. I don't know. I'm mad interested. I wonder if it's more than 9 episodes. I know from what I heard, it was originally going to be 10 episodes, but they pushed one of those episodes into season 2. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Star Nerd with a $5 holla says, notice how someone doesn't want Tony alive? Coughs. Kang. Ooh, I like that. That's a pretty interesting take. So you're kind of saying that maybe Tony keeps dying because of Kang. Yo, okay, I like that. Why don't they just say that Miss Marvel is delayed, but they are not saying anything? I don't know if they ever officially said when it was coming out, though. Did they? So I don't know if they have to say it was delayed, because I don't think they ever gave it a real dilly-dally. Trev says, none of Phase 4 feels like must-watch. That's the problem with restarting and making Phase 4 similar to Phase 1. Phase 1 wasn't must-watch. I see your point. I think Shang-Chi is the first movie that feels must-watch for the MCU, but not necessarily must-watch, but there's like important things in there that I think are part of the big plan moving forward, right? I similarly think that What If has that same quality, but that's not confirmed. That's just my speculation. And there's something about it that feels like just people haven't made that connection. The masses do not feel as though this movie or this show is must watch. I'd also argue Loki's must watch, and Loki's probably the most Loki is probably the most must-watch thing that they have done yet in Phase 4, but it does sort of feel like it's branching out in all these crazy directions, you know? And we'll talk more about that in the full-on spoiler stream because, Venom might be must-watch. You know what I mean? Josh, when you yo, it's how I imagine Yoda would yo. Yo, you must. Yo, you must. I don't know. I don't have a good Yoda right now. Loki, Shang-Chi both have to be watched. Yeah, I tend to agree. But yeah. Hawkeye has that Shane Black vibe. That is some great, rare stuff. Yeah, I like Shane Black. I wasn't crazy about Iron Man 3, you know, frankly. It's not one of my favorites. But Shane Black's cool. And I agree. It has like a special vibe. You know what I mean? So, look, I'm looking forward to it. I love that character. I think he's so smart as a character, so I'm looking forward to it. WandaVision is deft much watch. You know, John, it's funny because I've been trying to say this without saying it, but dude, WandaVision is about to make a lot more sense, I think, you know, and a lot of my complaints about WandaVision, like I don't want to go too far on this because it is sort of leaky, rumor, spoilery, or whatever. But if you recall, I had a certain set of complaints about the end of WandaVision. It feels like a lot of those complaints, the things that I wanted in WandaVision, are actually just going to be in Multiverse of Madness. You know what I mean? Legit. That's what it feels like. Trev says, this is all groundwork being laid down. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of groundwork here. I think he did have sort of a take a breath idea. If you think about it, right? Black Widow, Eternals, and Shang-Chi, had they actually come out, like without the pandy, right? Had they actually come out last year when they were supposed to, would have felt very different. I think you would have appreciated Black Widow more. It would have been interesting to see, you know, some of those connections. Then you would have got Shang-Chi, and Shang-Chi would have felt very fresh, and also you would have been very intrigued by the post-credit scene and like what was going on there, right? You know, that a little bit closer to Endgame just has a little bit more And then Eternals, who knows for sure, but I assume Eternals is going to set up some future MCU stuff. And then if you had gone from that into Spider-Man and then into Doc Strange and all that other craziness, like it wouldn't have felt as much like we're missing some beats here. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have felt as much. It's not executed the way that we're used to. I mean, we got spoiled with the MCU, you know, especially in the last 3 years leading up to Endgame. We got spoiled, you know. Michael Smith says, is 5 for the spoiler stream a for sure? That is when I leave work. Also, careful, don't get band canceled. I know. I'm thinking about that a little bit too. I'll put a poll up. I'll put a poll up on the channel. We'll do it at either 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or 6 o'clock. How about that? I'll put a poll up 4, 5, or 6 Eastern Standard Time, and I'll put it up on the community tab, and you guys can vote. Whatever you guys vote for, we'll make the call by 2, maybe 3, and then we'll do the dang thing. You know what I mean? A Gotham Knight with a $2 holla says, I heard Venom 2 has an important post-credit scene. I heard the same. And we're going to talk about it later today. I actually have a video coming out where I talk about it a little bit. I'm trying to be very careful about the spoilers, you know, keep it intact. There's a video I put in the video I did where Tom Hardy is saying, don't spoil this post-credit scene. And I'm like, oh, shit, here I go. I'm going to spoil the whole thing. You know, a little bit I feel bad or whatever, but like, look, I'm going to try to be as careful as I can about it, but also recognizing that, like, yo, people want to talk about this. They want to talk about it, and they still want to go see it. You know how I feel about the spoilers, guys. I feel differently about it, but I'm also trying to recognize that other folks don't want that all over everywhere. So we're going to try to keep it succinct. But, man, I got to do a full-ass spoiler stream with you guys where I'm like, bruh, here's what I think about this. Bruh, here's what I think about that. Bruh, here's what I think about that. Crazy. Meg just put out that Palpatine is in Obi-Wan series. I believe that. From what I understand, the Inquisitori and the building of the Inquisitors and that idea, whew. Restaurant life doesn't allow me to watch at those times. Bruh, I'm so sorry, man. Trust me, I've been there. Nick, I've been there. You're going to probably just have to watch it on a replay. Man, I know. It sucks. Just get somebody to watch your section or put your AirPod in or something. You know what I mean? Or are you a host? 'Cause hosts don't do anything. So just chill, and just watch it on your phone or whatever. At least that's been my experience with the restaurant game. No offense to any hosts out there, but y'all don't do nothing. So there'll be a video coming out later where we talk about that Spider-Man stuff, and then we'll do a stream later. Just a full-on spoiler stream, man. I gotta talk about this. I gotta get it off my chest. I want to talk about it. So should be fun. But a dude bruh stream. Nice, exactly. Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna get a bar manager. Okay, right on. Ryan knows what I'm talking about. All the hosts do is, Mas is a host? Ah, shit. We would have fought a little bit at the restaurant when I worked in a restaurant, Mas. We would have fought a little bit, but it would have been cool because you could double and triple seat me because I had the ability to handle it, but we would fight a little bit. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Fun. Please make it a free stream. Oh, yeah, it will be. It'll be open to everybody. So, like I said, I'll put that poll up. Just check out the community tab later. We'll either go at 4, 5, or 6. We'll go from there. Guys, big changes to the Discord as well. Shout out to Ryan and Dodds and Trev for putting together some of those changes. And I'm going to try to shoot some stuff to make it really, really succinct and organized over there. A lot of fun stuff coming. It's a more chill day for me today, so I'm hoping to work on some stuff here in the tower and get that all to you. But yeah, I want to do that stream later because I got to talk about it. Tom Hardy's going to show up in the tower and punch me in the face. But I still got to do it. Ladies and gents. You know what I mean? So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. If you do a stream for everybody, someone will fall in and bitch about spoilers. I know. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, bruh. You ain't wrong. I'm never going back to the fast food industry. Heard that, brother. Heard that. Oh, no, it's just, we're still the Prime, Nerd Vengers Prime. We had a vote yesterday. It's still Nerd Vengers Prime. We're not changing the name. It's Nerd Vengers Prime. What stream is happening later? Just got here for a sec. Later today, I'm going to do a full spoiler stream. Talking about the crazy Venom spoilers. Talking about crazy Doctor Strange spoilers. Talking about No Way Home spoilers. Talking about all the gosh dong. Oh, God. The gosh darn spoilers. All of them. Because we haven't done that in a while, right? We're trying to sort of dance around the spoilers. Anyway. All right. Much love, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. And I'll post that poll later, and the video will be coming out. Lots of content coming your way. As I always say, hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, I didn't know the mic was on. Oh shit. Is everybody gone? Did everybody go? Is everybody gone? Everybody good? Man, I just hope everybody's having a good day. Hope everybody's having a good week, you know? Crazy times out there. Slower week, you know what I mean, as far as news and everything, but just hope you're taking care of yourself out there, you know? Drinking lots of water, moving your body around, you know? You still gotta move your body around, even though I plug into the Matrix and I'm Jabba Josh. You know, you still gotta roll around a little bit, slide on the floor, you know? I recommend doing something nice for someone, you know? Go do something nice for somebody. You know, and throw somebody's books on the ground, you know, like walking down the halls of the high school and then throw their books on the ground and then just kidding, and then pick up the books and then be nice, you know? So yeah, it's about love. Love and nerdy stuff. Yeah. All right, I'm embarrassing myself at this point. I'll see you guys. Bye.